Good afternoon, sports fans. It's that time of year again. It's the NCAA tournament, March Madness time, and everybody's getting their brackets together. And just thought for fun, we'd talk a little NCAA tournament. As you can see by my sweatshirt, my team for like the fourth year in a row is not in the tournament. But I will say that we did beat two teams, I think, that are in the tournament. Yeah. We beat UCLA with the help of the officiating, and we beat Purdue when Purdue was having trouble. But this is my grandson, Gavin. Gavin's a basketball player as well as a fan. He's pretty up on the college game. And so we just thought we'd go through the brackets and see what his thoughts are on the brackets of this tournament. And first of all, let's start in the East.
All right.
As you can see, as the top four seeds are teams we see virtually every year, it seems like. What programs? Duke is number one. UConn's number 2, Michigan State 3, and Kansas is 4. So, Gavin, what's your feelings about the East bracket? Not just those teams, but overall.
Yeah, I think the top seeds have a lot of power there. Duke has been a powerhouse all year. Michigan State's been playing good recently. UConn, their last game wasn't too good, but they're always good, especially in March. And then Kansas, they got the talent to beat anyone in the tournament, but it really just comes down to what team you're going to get on that given day. So I like the top 4 seeds there. Definitely puts Duke in a tough spot to get out.
You don't happen to see any lower seeds that, of course, we can't predict upsets, but any particular team that has a dark horse, maybe?
I like USF against Louisville. Louisville doesn't have the greatest bigs in the tournament, and I think South Florida plays with good pace, and they have some good star power. I like the 8-9 game, Ohio State TCU. That's really the most 50-50 I've ever seen a game. TCU has beaten a lot of good teams, but Ohio State's been solid all year. So I'm excited to see that matchup.
Okay, when it's all said and done, who do you feel like is going to come out of the East? Do you have a strong feeling about it?
Right now I got UConn coming out the East.
Okay.
I got UConn versus Duke, and then UConn coming out.
Okay, well, I'm just going to put UConn in here. It's not like they haven't advanced in the tournament many, many times. Why don't we skip out to the West, see what's happening out West. And there we've got Arizona, we've got Purdue, which IU beat, by the way, but anyway, once anyway. And Gonzaga and Arkansas, again, teams that perennially you see in the tournament. What are your thoughts about the West?
Another solid division. Arizona, probably the best 1 seed, at least that I can see. Them in Michigan. Purdue, they never really play well in March, so I don't expect too much out of them. Gonzaga, they have some players out right now, but if they get healthy, they can always be dangerous. Arkansas, led by Darius Cuff, I think they have a lot of star power, but they also have to face a lot of tough teams to get far, so it really could be anyone's thing here, but I like Arizona early.
Arizona as the winner of the bracket. Purdue, granted, I'm an IU fan. I know Purdue has struggled a lot in tournaments over the past, but they struggled towards the end of the year, but then they came on strong in that tournament, in the Big Ten tournament. Yeah. So I don't know if this is the year, but with Braden Smith and such, you never know. They could make a deep run or not. But I like the way they came through the tournament, Big Ten tournament, and came out of it. So, but we're going to pencil in. You're going to go with who was that? Arizona?
Yeah. So
you're going to go with the number 1 seed there.
I also like Missouri to beat Miami. I think Missouri's just a really good team, and they had a hard schedule, so their record doesn't say it all. I also like Utah State over Villanova. I think Utah State's a really good team, and they've just been playing solid against good teams. So
Utah State. Boy, I haven't heard that name very often. Who's their coach?
I'm not sure. But
okay. I thought maybe it was a known name. How about the South, where Florida gets the number 1 seed, followed by Houston?
It's pretty surprising there.
Well, I would say so. Illinois is 3 and Nebraska's number 4. Boy, oh boy, Nebraska, number 4. Fred Hoiberg has put together quite a team out there. I would guess that's the highest they've been in some time, a long time. I can't help but think when I see Houston of Kelvin Sampson. And again, he was a coach at IU, and he didn't leave us in very good shape when he left, but he has perennially got Houston up there, number 2 seed. How did Florida get to be number 1? Are they?
Yeah, I didn't expect them to be a 1 seed, especially after getting blown out in that SEC tournament. I would expect Houston to be a 1 seed there, so I kind of treat that bracket as if Houston is the 1 seed. I don't pay too much attention to Florida being that.
Doesn't Florida have fellas like 7'5"?
Yeah, they have one really tall guy. I don't know the amount he plays, but I know he's like at least gets in a few times.
So then you would go with Houston?
Yeah, right
Is
now.
that total bracket winner?
Yeah, Houston. I like that 8-9 game between Clemson and Iowa too. Bennett Sturts is a very great player, but not too much help. And then Clemson's just been playing tough teams. Sneaky Troy over Nebraska. Nebraska, they don't have the most like athletic team or tall team. I think Troy is very lengthy and athletic. I also like VCU over North Carolina.
Yeah.
North Carolina lost Caleb Wilson, and VCU is hot going into the tournament. And then Texas A&M over St. Mary's. I don't think St. Mary's is that great of a team this year, and A&M is very upset worthy, and they beat a lot of good teams also.
So just for a second here, Nebraska. I don't see a lot of Nebraska games. What's made them so good this year? Offense, defense, or special players? Or
I think it's definitely their offense. They just got a bunch of shooters there who catching fire, and they just play with a lot of energy, I think.
Well, if we go then to the Midwest Division, I know one of your favorites is there, number 4 Alabama. Michigan, I guess that's not surprising, the number 1 seed in the Midwest. And 2, Iowa State. I don't know anything about Iowa State this year, but they must be really good.
Yeah,
and Virginia's a number 3 seed. So how do you see that bracket?
Yeah, right now, I definitely like Michigan to come out, but Iowa State, they're very defensive focused, but they also beat a lot of good teams. I like Santa Clara, the 10 seed. I could see them going anywhere from the Elite 8 to either first round exits. I don't really like Virginia as a 3 seed. They kind of just play with a slow pace, and I don't feel like that's what wins like the national championship. I feel like they're gonna get sped up by like a Tennessee we see here. I like Tennessee to go to the Elite 8, and with Alabama, their point guard just got in a lot of trouble, and I don't know if that's gonna mess up our chemistry or whatever, but I could see us losing to Michigan, Sweet 16. I don't see them going much further than that. But I like Michigan to come out as of right now.
So if he got in trouble, does that mean he's out?
For right now, he's out.
Okay. So just quickly, Iowa State, isn't that where Tyrese Halliburton went to school?
Yep.
Okay, that's our little plug for the Pacers, since they're having such a great season. Not. So in the Midwest, you would go with,
Michigan.
Michigan. So that gets us to the Final Four. And it looks like in that regard that we would have, Arizona playing Michigan then?
Yeah.
And how would you see that if that does in fact happen?
Arizona, Michigan, that'll be a fun game to watch, Michigan has been playing good recently, the best offense in a while, also best defense in a while. Top 10 in their respective categories. And then Arizona, they're just solid. They beat a lot of good teams. They don't really have the crazy star power, but they all just kind of play together. But I'd take Michigan over Arizona just because I feel like Michigan has players that can really take over the game, and I don't feel like Arizona has the player to take over the game.
So you would pick Michigan?
Yeah.
And then we've got UConn, the Huskies against the Cougars. UConn against Houston.
UConn, they haven't been playing good as of late, but in March they always come out. But due to just how they've been playing recently, I would take Houston. And Houston, they've been just coming up short all year, and I think during March they really just start to get it together. Great coach in Kelvin Sampson, and they just have a bunch of athletes, and they're never gonna get tired. And I like Houston.
I'll tell you one thing about Kelvin Sampson, he must be one heck of a recruiter because he gets amazing ball players all the time. So you would see Houston?
Yeah, Houston, Michigan.
Coming out of that? So then your thought is that on that final night, that final game, Houston against Michigan. And any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I've been back and forth. I've even had Arizona, Houston, or either Arizona, Duke, Michigan, Duke. Like, I really like the high seeds for this tournament. The low seeds just don't. I just don't feel like they have enough. But as of right now, just Michigan with Ade Mara. I really like Ade Mara. Big 7-footer to he can really just take over whenever he wants to score. He'll put his head down and score on anyone. They have Yaxel Lindenborg, who's a very good player. Elliot Cadeau, been one of the best point guards I've watched so far. And with Houston, Kingston Flemings is, draft ready. And they have a bunch of other athletes, but I'd take Michigan as of right now in my bracket. I got Michigan winning it all.
So you really don't have any Cinderellas in your mind. Of course, Cinderellas are almost impossible to predict.
Yeah.
But we've got a number 1 Michigan against a number 2 Houston in
Yeah.
the final game.
Yeah. 2023 or 2022, I don't remember the year. It was like 8, 9, 5, 7. There was no 1 seeds at all. And then we had last year, it was all 1 seeds. So it really could go anyway, but I think, this year's going to be just like last year, either straight 1 or 2 seeds. I don't see too many other teams going to the Final Four. I do like Santa Clara going to Sweet 16, maybe even Elite Eight. I like South Florida going to the Sweet 16, and yeah, or VCU. VCU could make some noise there. Those are my 3 double-digit seeds I could see going far.
Well, I believe we've got some probably play-in games on Wednesday, and then it all starts on Thursday. And perhaps we'll be back next Monday or Tuesday, and we'll do a follow-up to see how we're going to do in the next round, because the 64 teams will be pared down to 32 and then down to 16 by the end of the weekend. So thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, and have a great day, everybody.